in love harder than women, and they take longer to get over that relationship than women do, because men fall in love very, very differently. See, a man in a relationship, the way we experience love, because we're the providers and the protectors, we experience love the way we would love our child, right? We provide for them, we care for them, we protect them. But women, they experience love in the way that they would love their parent, meaning they're the ones being provided for, cared for, protected. And evolutionarily, I think at a subconscious level, we are wired. We expect the loss of our parent one day, but we do not expect the loss of a child. And this is why I think a lot of times it's so much more painful for us men, because we are not prepared for that loss. And it shows in the rates of how many men self-delete. 78% of people that do that are men.
Well, it's also because men just have less social circles. They are more isolated. You know, the more physically strong you are, the less you need people, right? Even that's why Neanderthals were got beat up by us, because they didn't make friends. They were so strong that they were able to hunt with just 2 or 3 people. But we as humans, we were so fragile that we needed to be around 10 people to equate the protection of 3 or 4 Neanderthals. And because of that, our brains developed to be able to handle that such complexity. But women, though, on the other hand, they're physically weaker than men, so they rely on each other more. And because of that, there comes emotional strength in that. And you're able to overcome more negative emotions, which causes you to be able to take a risk of loving someone. But some guys don't know how to control their emotions. So they're afraid to put themselves in a place where they're going to have to get disappointed and build themselves up again. And as guys, a lot of them don't have the social support to be able to do such a thing.
How do men fall in love? A reminder. Starts with some lust, right? Testosterone, it's raging. They want to get it in. It's primal. Then it moves to the longer honeymoon kind of attraction phase, right? Dopamine, right? The excitement, goal, motivation, literal hunger, right? Wanting to hunt and know about you, all the butterflies in the stomach. That ties to then norepinephrine, right? The epinephrine system creates anxiety. It was in our reptilian brains, it makes us be fearful about approaching someone. So having that norepinephrine helps us overcome that. That allows us to either, one, look for mates who are similar to our family attachment theory, things that are familiar versus what's good for us, and also our opposites genetically in your immune system, so you optimize for your offspring. And then serotonin, right? Mood, balance, stress, etc. To move a man to the final stage, vasopressin is a dominant chemical, which is stress bonding, right? Where he's problem solving for you, he's problem solving with you, and associates your help as both of you solving joint goals. And what happens is when men commit to a woman, right, and they've shown even whether he's married or not, oxytocin, which is more predominant, women predominantly make this naturally, the oxytocin is able to have more impact because testosterone drops 21% when a man is committed to a woman, and testosterone typically.
Yeah, and that's there because motherfucker, like if you raise your testosterone when you're in a relationship, you're gonna cheat. Like it's just that simple. Your ass is gonna cheat, right? If you guys want me to make a video about the physiology of a cheater, meaning the biochemical markers, which I do my research on, to indicate that a guy's cheating, how to tell if he's gonna cheat from his physiological reactions. But let me know if you guys want me to do that in the comment section down below.
Suppresses the effects of oxytocin. When testosterone's lower when he's committed, oxytocin has that pair bonding love effect. So your goal is to move him through this.
Actually, scientifically been proven that men fall in love through a hormone called vasopressin, and women fall in love through oxytocin. And oxytocin is released in a woman when we're having sexual intercourse or we're close with them, cuddling.
Very intimate.
Guess when vasopressin is released for men? When they're stressed. So essentially,
oh my God,
the more you stress your man out, the more he's going to fall in love with you.
No wonder my man loves me so much.
Guys like it when you're mean to them more than when you're nice to them, especially when you're starting to date someone and they're not fully in.
It's not that you're mean, but that you're showing them your mean side. You're showing them that you have a healthy immune system, meaning emotional immune system. You're showing them that I've been respected by men. You're showing them that men worship me, right? Meaning, if you let him talk to you like shit, a guy's gonna think that other guys did that to you. I don't want a girl who other guys don't want. I don't want a girl who other guys don't respect. Like, that's just the truth.
Interested in you yet, the worst thing you can literally do is like dote over them.
Fall at their feet.
How do you describe the process of falling in love?
I honestly think it varies from man to man, so I can only talk from my perspective. I think falling in love with someone is...
Scary?
I wouldn't say it's scary. For me...
Well, I would play this one, but motherfuckers playing freaking love music, and you don't know how YouTube be doing with these monetizations. So I'm just gonna put a normal video right here.
Women run to, and as a man...
Ladies, pay attention. Let's go. One, let's say you guys have like this playful relationship. You guys tease each other back and forth. Like, that's normal. You guys joke around a lot. But there are those moments where you're really nice to him, right? Like, you compliment him, you're sweet to him, and he's in just full on denial. He's like, stop, don't do that. Why? It's because he's scared to be vulnerable with you. Two, he is extremely inconsistent. And what I mean by this is one day he's talking to you all throughout the day. The next day you don't hear a word from him. And it's like a weird pattern. And three, talking about feelings in general is just a no-go for him. He will avoid it at all costs. Guys, let me know.
If he does this, it's because he's scared of catching feelings for you. Guys, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. And ladies, pay attention because trust me, you're not going to want to miss the last sign. 1. Let's say you guys have this playful, teasy type relationship. Like you guys tease each other back and forth, you joke around a lot, that's normal.
Wait, this is actually true. Some guys are just afraid of being hurt. Like, y'all don't understand. There's some savages ass women out there. There are some women who genuinely don't care, right? For example, like a few weeks ago, I was gonna go out with this girl, and she asked, I was like, when are you free? And she's like, in 2 weeks, in 2.5 weeks. I'm like, let's pause it here for a second there, girl. She's like, what? I was like, look, I would love to go out with you, but and this is actually a very true thing. I swear to God, like, I don't have charts, but I do have the text. Every time a woman says, let's meet up in more than 1 week from now, consistently, they've always canceled. I swear to God. They cancel or flaked on the last day. If you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you, but that's true in my experience. So I told her, I was like, hey, I don't want to do this. You might cancel. It's just my experience. I don't want to go through it. She was like, no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it, right? Me, I'm a curious motherfucker, man. And I have my suspicion that I'm right about that. So I was like, okay, let me text her the day before, right? And ladies and gentlemen, like, you might call it petty, but that's because it's petty because I like to experiment, right? Right? It's here, right here, right? There you go, right? If you're good at reading things, you can read it right there. But then, boom, cancellation and the week before, right? It's just how that works. And so this girl asked me on a date, obviously, a few days ago, another girl, and she was like, "Hey, let's meet up in 2 weeks." I'm like, "Oh, here comes another one." And I told her, I was like, "Hey, look, I got played last time. We ain't doing this shit. I don't want to do 2 weeks. Let's not plan anything. And next week, if you're still interested, you let me know." And then she said, "No. Okay, how about this? How about we do it on Monday instead, or tomorrow?" For the first time, I was like, "Oh, really? Okay, good, sure." See, she proved me wrong, bro. I promise you, man. They're like, guys, I've been through a lot of bullshit with women. This girl that I told you about, she didn't respond to my text. Knowing what she did, she didn't respond to it. So some people are just like that. And some guys are just sick and tired of dealing with the initial dating phase of women just lie to them. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a reason why. It's just that, they've been hurt. Now, a lot of women were like, "Oh, you being hurt." I hate when women ask that question, not because out of curiosity, but you just be an asshole. It's like, yeah, motherfucker. Every toxic behavior comes from pain. Like, what the fuck?
But there are those moments where you're really nice to him, right? Like you compliment him, you're sweet to him. Maybe you say like, "Oh, I like your outfit today." And he's just in full-on denial. Like he's like, "Stop, why did you say that?" It's because he's scared to be vulnerable with you. 2, he's extremely inconsistent. And what I mean by this is one day he's talking to you all throughout the day, and the next day you do not hear a word from him. Or 1 week you guys are talking all the time, and the next week you guys don't talk too much. And it's like this weird kind of pattern, I don't know. 3, like I said earlier, this is the biggest sign. Just talking about feelings in general is a no-go for him. He'll do anything but talk about feelings with you. He will avoid it at all costs. Also, a sign that a guy is catching feelings for you is if he stalks your socials. And I actually found out a way to check that. Hit share, scroll across to Instagram
Shut
direct.
up, dude. Shut up. Anyways, no, I don't think so. I don't think guys have eyes. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's just trauma, man. Like, anytime you meet a guy and he's an avoidant, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's really hard to deal with guys like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Go with people who are securely attached. And if you guys enjoyed this video, check out my previous video that I made on this channel, Harsh Truth About Men That Women Need to Accept, and What Makes Men Fall in Love. And if you guys enjoy that type of content, I also have courses that I sell on my on my website. It's courses for women who are single, relationship, who want. This is like how to. It's like a self-help course for women. This is a charisma course, a course about how to improve your emotions, a course on how to become more assertive, a course for women who are single, a course for women single, relationship, or you can get them all in a bundle by clicking on the description down below. Each course is individually $99, but you guys can use the coupon code today, BLACK, to get 50% off all of my courses. See you guys inside.